Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my Friday Frolics. This is actually the second time I recorded this because when I finished recording and went to save it, somehow the name got messed up and it just ended up deleting itself. So sorry about that. Hope I remember everything that I said. I will just want to let you know it's been a busy week. It's been a sad week. We've had to make some decisions about my daughter's dog, and I'm afraid not this Monday, but the next Monday may be the day that she has to go to the bridge. She's steadily going downhill. There are days that she doesn't eat, and, I just feel like she has more bad days now than she has good days. And my daughter works for a bank, so she has all these bank holidays. So she's off on the 19th. And I think she's got an appointment with the vet, and she's going to take her to the vet and discuss her overall condition. And, if it looks like she needs to go, she's going to let her go. But it's just been a hard week. I've had to, she's in pain in her back, in her hips, really bad, to the point where if you touch her, it hurts. So we've got her on pain medication for that. But as a result of her hips being bad, now she's got that weak rear end, and she's lost control of her bowels. As she walks along, it just drops wherever it drops. So it's been a rough week for me, cleaning carpets and cleaning up things. So it's just been hard, and it's a sad thing, but we've got to look at her and make sure that she's not suffering. And that's what we're going to determine on the 19th. If she's suffering, then it's just time to let her go. And I don't know if you believe in animal communicators, but same dog, back when Rayanne first got her, we took her to a Greyhound convention down in Jekyll Island, Georgia. And they always have a pet communicator there. And my daughter didn't believe in anything like that, but she thought it would be a fun thing to do. And when she went in with her dog, this pet communicator told her things that nobody but Rayanne would know. She made a comment. She said that she missed her playmate rabbit. Well, everybody was thinking they meant the rabbit that they chase around the track. There's a little stuffed rabbit that goes around the track. But the people that had her, that fostered her before my daughter got her, had a pet bunny rabbit, and they used to cuddle up together. So we really believe that she meant her playmate bunny rabbit. She knows that. And then there were several other things. Sometimes my daughter would put necklaces around her. In Florida, they go crazy with their greyhounds. You can really, dress them up. So we would have beads and things, necklaces for our dogs. And my daughter always called them pretties. And this communicator said she wanted to let her know that Pink loves her pretties. And she did, because when you'd put one on her, she would prance around like she was just it, So she had a little bit more faith in pet communicators. But we mentioned this several times through the years. And then she bought a horse. And this horse, Legend is his name. And Legend was always, when he was in his stall, he was always pawing and kicking and, just acting up when he was in his stall. And as it turns out, their farrier is an animal communicator. And one day, after she had trimmed his hooves, she told my daughter that Legend had told her that she didn't like yellow, that it gave him headaches. And it hurt his eyes and gave him headaches. And when my daughter bought Legend, she bought all of his tack and everything with him. And it included yellow stall guards and yellow buckets. Well, my daughter thought that was the craziest thing she'd ever heard. But just to, make everybody feel good, she asked somebody to trade with her one time. So they traded stall guards and they traded buckets. They took the yellow out and put blue in there, and he totally calmed down and never had any problem with him since. So it's crazy how this works. But anyway, so she's got a little more faith in him now. She was kind of skeptical before. She's still a little skeptical. But this farrier, if it's a recent picture, can sometimes pick up things from pictures. So my daughter took a picture of Pink night before last and sent it to her. And she came back yesterday and told her, and Rand didn't tell her anything about her health or anything, but she said that the dog was sad because she was going to have to leave her, and the only reason she was holding on is because she didn't want my daughter to be sad. And she said a few other things that were just right on with her, and it just reinforced my daughter's feelings that, she's really at a point where, like I say, more bad days than good days. And is it fair to her to let her continue to suffer and for us to keep her going the way we do? We do all kinds of maneuvers to get her to eat. And, animals, when they're ready to go, they just stop eating. And maybe we should have just let her stop eating instead of adding things to it to entice her to eat. I don't know. But it's going to be a long week because this is going to be in my daughter's head and mine until she goes to the vet on the 19th and we get an idea from the vet just what her condition really is. But she's 14, and for a big dog, that's pretty old. So, it's sad, but we just need to be fair to her and not hold on to her because of our selfishness. But anyway, that's beyond the point. But anyway, we've been dealing with that all week. I've had to shampoo carpets every week because, I did the big one. Usually it's just a spot or two, but this time I ended up having to do the most of the carpet because she had pooped during the night and then stepped in it and tracked it everywhere. So that was, it's just getting to be really difficult. And if I worked a job and wasn't at home during the day, it would be really bad. So I don't know. It's sad when our animals reach a point that we have to make decisions like this. But just pray for both of us because we both need your prayers right now. And speaking of prayers, I do need your prayers, and someone else also needs your prayers. Again, I have been accused of stealing someone's technique. And even though there's no way in the world that I can ever convince this person that I didn't, I just want you to know that I did not steal anything. And the technique that is, was claimed to be stolen is a technique that I did 10 years ago at my Orlando Guild. You can ask anybody in the Orlando Guild about this particular technique, and they'll say, oh yeah, we did that all the time. And, but this person claims that she invented this technique and that I stole it from her. And of course it's not true, but I started getting negative comments on my videos, and she's been a little verbal in downing me in other areas of social media. And I just, I'm sorry that my technique seemed to be as identical to hers, but if you put 10 people from my guild together, they would all be able to do that same technique. So it's not unique. I'm really sorry she feels that it is, because I thought we had a friendship, and that friendship now is gone, and that makes me sad because I really have, a lot of good feelings for this person. But I also want to say that I do not want any negative comments on my channel. I don't want people downing me. I don't want people downing other people. I don't want any, well, she should blah, 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 or you should blah, blah, blah. I don't want that. I've already blocked one person that was putting negative comments on my videos. And if anybody else does anything negative, I do not want this to be a conversation on this video. And I will block you. I'm sorry. I've asked you not to say anything, and I'm hoping you'll respect my wishes. So I just wanted to, because this is showing up in other areas of social media, I just wanted my followers to know that the things being said are not true, and that, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that my video would be as close to this other, time-wise. I don't watch this other person's videos. I don't have time to watch videos anymore. My time is so precious right now. And matter of fact, I have a list of techniques, and this was on my list. And because my time was so short this week, or last week, because of the dog and other things going on, I picked this technique to do because it wouldn't take as much time. And that's what I look at. If I've got a week where my time is pretty good, then I'll do anything. I'll do something else. And that might take longer. So you can kind of tell by the length of my videos how complicated my week has been. But I had no idea that I was overstepping. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can say, I don't think, that convinced this person otherwise, but I wanted you to know where I am. And if you know me at all, those of you that have been following me since the beginning, you know my heart. I would not wish anything bad on anybody. Excuse me, I got to take a sip of hot chocolate. I don't do coffee, but I had hot chocolate this morning. But anyway, that's over and done with. So let's move on. I have done some work in my studio. I'm calling my studio where I do my polymer clay stuff, and in my paper room where I do my paper stuff. So I've been doing a little bit of work, getting things rearranged. I'm coming up with all kinds of things that I'm going to de-stash. And I'm thinking I've got so much that I may have 3 different types of de-stashes. One that is strictly polymer clay use things, one that's strictly paper things, and then one that might be a mixture of the two. So I'm probably going to have 3 different types of grab bags. And you get to pick, the type that you want. I might even do them on 3 different videos as I present them. But it's going to be a while because I've still got a lot to go through. But that's been fun. I've got Richard's class coming up on Monday, and I'm excited about that because it's mermaids and seahorses and goldfish, and they're beautiful. I can't wait to get started with that and to use his foil glue again. Let's see, what else? I don't think there was anything else that I mentioned. I did do my Patreon video. I don't remember if I mentioned it in this one or the first one that I did, but I did finish my Patreon video, and I got that posted and emails sent to the people that contributed $10 or more to me by Patreon last month, or actually on the 1st of the month. This would be anybody that signed up on before February 1st, because everybody's charged on February 1st, and the people that paid on February 1st are the ones that get access to the February video. So I hope that makes sense to you. If you signed up after that, I'm afraid you have to wait till March. But that's the only way that I've been able to find to keep it straight as to who gets what, is just to do it as people, are charged, and the charge goes through, then I go ahead and send the email. I'm sending emails rather than using Patreon because, whenever I do it by Patreon message, I'm finding that there's always a couple people that don't get the message. So I'm still going to do this, send the access by email. So if you contributed $10 before February 1st and you did not get an email from me, please let me know, because either the email is wrong on the Patreon page, or for some reason it isn't showing up, and I need to check and find out what's going on, because if you contributed, I want to make sure you get this video. So anyway, I think that's going to be it for today. Get my hair cut, in a little while. I think it was in the other video, I didn't realize it was time to get my hair cut, but I should have known because I'm at a point where I spray my hair and then push my bangs up to keep them out of my eyes. And so I should have known that it was today. So I get my hair cut today, and then I meet my sister afterwards for lunch. And we just have a good sister day on every 5 weeks. So it's just going to be the two of us, and we always enjoy being together. So I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. And, come back on Monday and watch my polymer clay video, and be back again next Friday with your cup of coffee or hot chocolate. And join me for my Friday Frolics. Bye-bye.